Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of ABS. You're watching MinaTV. Go ahead and subscribe. Also follow us on Instagram, The ABS Show. You guys love the countdowns, so today we are doing another countdown just for you guys. Ivy, what countdown are we doing?
We are doing top 10 bosses. Oh wait.
Yes.
Yes, we're doing
top 10 female
That's true.
bosses.
girl bosses.
Entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Yes.
These are women.
Boss power.
So if you're watching,
Girl power.
if you're watching, grab a snack, grab your wine, cross your fingers, hoping that your list is a part of ours. Okay, so we're gonna start top
And
10.
most importantly, some of the people that we have on the list, you may not know them too, so you might want to tune in. There's some really, really phenomenal African women out there doing a lot of major things.
Definitely,
right.
and we're gonna start from number 1 to number 10. Once again, this is not in any particular order. We just just listen top 10 for you guys. All right. So top 10, are you guys ready?
Ready.
All right, so let's do it. Number 1 on the list is who? Who do we have on the number 1?
I'm starting with the founder or co-founder of Blavity. Blavity is the Black millennial site that has over 7 million hits a month, I believe.
What?
Yes.
That's a lot.
And the founder or co-founder is Morgan DeBon. She founded it with 3 other people. And so the reason I decided to start with her is because she is a boss. She started this in 2014. She focuses on highlighting the global Black experience. And as what's happening right now, like, people like her are the voices of Black millennials, right? We have a lot of issues that are happening, and she's helping Black creators get their voice, have their names on articles, have their names on videos. And what's amazing is that she's been able to grow so quickly. And on top of that, she is one of the few Black women in the country who has raised over $1 million in venture capitalist funding. That doesn't sound like a lot of money, but a lot of Black people and a lot of females, period, of any race, cannot raise venture capitalist funding. And she was able to do that. And that's why she's been able to grow so quickly, because it's 2017 right now, and she started in 2014.
Did you say $1 million is not a lot of money?
Well,
it is a lot of money.
Okay.
May God forgive you.
It is.
I mean, it is a lot of money, but I think the one of the cool things about this countdown is that I'm not looking at the money. I'm not looking at how much these people are worth. If they are paving ways and they are creating stuff
Employment.
and inventing stuff, that's a boss to me.
Yeah.
So it's not really for me. It's about the money, what she's doing, the cause, and all the benefits and stuff like that. Great. She's doing an amazing job. She looks very young though. Do you know?
She's a Black millennial. I think she's 29, I want to say, but
Black don't crack. So
Black don't,
Right.
yeah. But the thing I like is that she partnered with 3 other people that she went to school with. They all met each other in college, and look at them now. They have this business, and
Where's
it's
she
for
from?
young Black people. She is from, she's based right now in LA.
Okay, so she's Black American.
Yeah, she's Black
Okay.
American, and I don't know, I just love her. I love what she's doing. I love that she's giving a voice to many people, and she talks to the global Black experience. So things are happening in Africa, things are happening in Caribbean, things are happening here. So,
And I love the name of it, Blavity.
Catchy.
do you know how she came up with that? She said that when she was in school, she would be sitting down and talking, and her Black friends would, more Black creatives would come and sit down. And so she said it is Black gravity. Blavity. Isn't
like
that cute?
Black attracting,
Yeah.
Blavity.
Black attraction.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
very creative.
Awesome. Thank you for that. We're gonna move on to number 2 on the list, and it's none other than Miss Mona Scott. Okay, if you don't know who this lady is, you might be living under a rock, because she is behind TV's Ratchet show.
Black people acting like a damn fool on TV.
That's the title?
No.
That's what she's behind.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
Scott, Mona Scott was born in Queens to an Haitian mother, parents actually.
So what
Why did
is
you
she
choose
most
her?
famous for?
She's most
Just because our viewers probably.
She's most famous for Love and Hip Hop, all those ratchet shows, Jocelyn, and stuff like that. But let me start from she's from Queens. She actually been in the entertainment industry for a long time. She helped revamp a lot of artists' careers, such as Busta Rhymes, LL Cool J, Foxy Brown. Like, she is like really a big force behind hip hop, because a lot of hip hop artists owe her basically. I mean, Cardi B gave Cardi B a chance when
Really?
when she put Cardi B on Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, true.
Everybody knew who Cardi B was. She's also a television producer, executive producer. She's just a media mogul and a real boss to me. She gives these young people chances to revamp their careers. She's now doing it with Keisha Cole, because Keisha Cole was on the last season of Love and Hip Hop. Remy Ma, when Remy Ma came back from jail, she gave her another chance. So she's just Miss Save Ratchet.
Miss Second Chance.
Hoes. I don't know, something. But she's a true boss, and I just, her work ethic is just amazing. I love her.
Of course, she's done a lot of things, as you said. She's a media mogul. She's worked behind the scenes a lot, which we don't know. But she kind of like guides a lot of young women, such as like Yandy Smith, K. Michelle. She serves as like mentors to them and really helps them, you know, be who they are. Like, you know, Yandy's her mentee. And look at where Yandy's going, so is K. Michelle. But most importantly, she took Love and Hip Hop, which was just Love and Hip Hop New York. It started just as Love and Hip Hop New York. And it's gone as far as like Love and Hip Hop Miami now.
It's coming up.
Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop LA. That's like 4 different franchises, you know? So that's really cool. It's really dope to have a Black African American be behind the scenes of a show and also just give people like a platform. That's amazing. Yeah.
She does give people a platform.
Yeah, she really does. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we're going to move on to number 3 on the list. Who do we have?
So number 3, and I'm going to say this, you know, people might disagree or not like what I'm saying. If this list was supposed to be in order, she, in my opinion, should be number 1 on this list.
Wow.
And it's the real boss chick. I mean, this girl is so bossy that at work, she's known as Bad Ass Boss. And that is spelled as BADASSBOSS. And that's how, like, you know, she really is a boss. And she's from Ghana. This is Bozeman. Charlie, you should be embarrassed if you don't know Boz.
No. Why?
Did you ever hear a couple of years ago
Why should I? I don't have to know everybody.
Of course not. But do you remember a couple of years ago when Yewo Chrome made it at the Big Apple function and the video went viral all over Facebook? Okay.
Oh my God.
She wasn't singing or dancing. That's why Charlie doesn't know her.
So anyway, so her name is Bozeman. Boz is already in her name. I feel like Boz was just born and destined for greatness. You know, there are some people that every move they make is the right move. Like, she is intelligent. She does strategize very well. But every move she makes just takes her to the next level and the next level.
She works for Uber now, right?
Right now, her current job is Uber. She's the chief brand officer for Uber. And can we say that Uber is a $68 million company? So for not only a Black woman, but an African woman to be the chief brand officer for a $68 million company, that is just like...
Wow, that's remarkable.
Amazing, dope, phenomenal, like... And it's all of the above.
I like what you said about her Apple career, because she did start off at Apple, and then Uber, you know, has had so many racial incidents. They felt like they needed to have somebody who was a very Black face, and so they got her.
Let me
it's getting back to me now.
Let me give you like a bit of background about her as well. She actually got her first job out of college with Spike Lee.
Yeah,
that's how you know you're destined for greatness, when your first job out of college is with Spike Lee. Then her next job was with Pepsi. People don't know that she was behind Pepsi signing Beyonce on as a brand ambassador. She was also behind the Beyonce Super Bowl commercial. Like, this woman, she's behind. So as she's working for Pepsi, then she goes from Pepsi to Dre, to Beats by Dre. And then Beats by Dre gets acquired by Apple. So then now she becomes a top executive also at Apple. And if you guys remember that there was an Apple commercial with like Mary J. Blige and a bunch of Black women on a tread. That was all her. So Boz is basically just this amazing brand curator. And as you said, say what you were saying about Uber.
No, and so then she jumped from Apple to Uber. And the thing is, I know she, you know, everything's undisclosed, but I know she came in making, she probably has, I don't know how much stock she has in this company or how much money she's making, but please believe they paid her through the nose to get her because they were having so many racial incidents. They needed a black female, check. You know how
because
these
Uber
companies
has
are.
been going through sexual harassment,
Yes.
unsafe drivers.
Exactly.
Like the CEO was just doing all kinds of crazy, ridiculous things.
So they needed to clean up their image, and
They
so
did. They fired 20 employees before they fired her. They hired her.
So the thing is, like what you said, everything you said, she's very strategic, and that's what we're gonna say about the women who are all on this list is how strategic they are. Not only just strategic, but how they give Black people a platform. Because even though she does work for corporate America, she's always putting Black people in stuff.
Yeah, she talks about
always.
That's why I was wondering why Charlie didn't know her. I only say that because a couple of years back, I believe this was in 2014, where Apple has this big conference every year, and there's a Ghanaian song that goes, "Yeah, welcome, Rastafari, yeah, welcome," and what the song means, I probably didn't sing it right. My African accent is horrible.
Rastafari. I thought it was about.
What the song is saying is, we are here, Rastafarians, we are in town. Girls, we are in town. Young girls, we're in town. Boys, we're at Sakawa boys, we're in town. 419 boys, so basically the
Why
song
are you
is.
pointing me for 419?
Oh no, I'm not
I don't
pointing. I'm
understand.
just talking. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So what the song is basically saying is that we are here, and I love how she used that at the Apple conference because it was her way of saying we are here. I'm from Ghana, and she chose a Ghanaian song, and it went viral.
Yeah, it did go viral.
You saw it, right?
She was the one singing the song?
No, she just as they introduced her.
She was playing it.
Yeah, she played it in the back.
That was a grand entrance.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna move on to the next. Who do we have next?
The next is a beautiful Ghanaian young girl as well.
Ghanaians on the list.
Yeah, we have Ghanaians on the list. She goes by the name Hamamatsu Montia.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I pronounced it right to my Ghana people. And I know you guys might not like the picture
Why
I chose.
Why you gotta be shady?
That's a beautiful picture of her. She's
It is
beautiful.
beautiful.
shady.
It
I
is
chose
beautiful,
the
but there's
picture.
more beautiful pictures of her
More
with your shady
beautiful
self.
pictures.
Now
But-
she looks like she's ready to be fried.
No. Now let me tell you why I chose
All
this
oiled
picture.
up.
Well, I chose this picture because the picture explains the beauty of the girl.
Wow, how
it
so?
explains her business.
Okay.
Because what she does is she makes and sells shea butter.
Yes.
Oh,
You get my point?
That's why she's so greasy.
Exactly. this is
But I
natural.
love the greasy though.
Yeah.
Remember I
It
was
looks
telling
beautiful.
you, I think I was telling you a while ago that I like to buy things that make my skin glow.
Glow.
When black glows, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it does look good.
So she's young. I think she's 28, 29, and she was born in a very humble home in Ghana. She was a model, or she is still a model. She didn't grow up in a very rich home, but she was able to brand herself against all odds. There were times she went through scandals. There was a time her husband accused her of theft. Some years back, they went to court and she was freed because she was not guilty. So after she won the pageant in 2015, she discovered, not really then, it was much earlier though.
She won
because
a beauty pageant?
She won a beauty
Yeah,
pageant.
that's what made
So
her
when she was
popular.
young, let me go a little bit back. When she was like 6 years old, she had a burn. So she had a burn, and her grandmother actually used shea butter to heal the burn. And her skin, she got like 100% healed from that burn. So that kind of made her fall in love with the shea butter and everything. So recently, not too long ago, she decided to do a YouTube video to show people how it's made.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That was just, her idea was just to show people the beauty of shea butter and how to keep the melanin color and everything. You don't have to tone your skin, you don't have to go lighter. That was what she was promoting, and the video went viral. The video went so viral to the extent that a lot of people became interested in Africa, not just in Ghana. So it became a pan-African business. So she decided to create a website, to start a company, Melanin, I Am Africa, African Beauty. So because of that, people started contacting her. She created more employment for people in her village and back home in Ghana, and started making shea butter. They put it in containers, made the cream, and started selling it. And I just feel like being a single, independent girl. She's a mom, though. She has a kid.
Yeah, she was married to a very wealthy guy. She was married to the owner of Aqua Safari. Aqua Safari is a very beautiful destination, hot spot in Ghana, probably one of the best places to visit in Ghana. Unfortunately, they're divorced because of other things that you said.
Yeah, he accused her of theft.
Yes, but God comes through and she was found not guilty, and they have a couple, I think they have 2 kids.
Yeah.
2 kids together. Now, what I like most about Hamamat is She is beautiful. When I say beautiful, forget her
Natural.
looks. She's beautiful on the inside, on the outside. She's very embracing to other women. She's hardworking, and she's all about promoting positive
Energy.
women coming together. If you look at her Instagram, so inspirational. I think almost every day or maybe every other day, she literally puts up an inspirational video
yes.
on, you know, why you should keep going, motivation. She's just really all around amazing. And I love that she's a superstar in Ghana, and she's not into, oh, I need to get my butt bigger, or I need to bleach. Like, I love it. I completely love it, because black is beautiful and you need to appreciate it. And then remember that now she's selling a product in Ghana and outside Ghana. People buy it all over the world, and it's a product made in Ghana. It's a natural resource from Ghana. You know, so not only is she like making money, but the money is going back
into the
right
system.
into Ghana, and that's
Employment as well.
It's not like she's going to make it in China or Taiwan or whatever. So it's really great. And she's done a lot, because, you know, coming from Africa, it's very hard to go through like a public breakdown from a very wealthy man. That can, you know, it can have an effect on a woman. And she's taken that, she's spinned it around, and she's winning.
Yeah.
Awesome. Right, Ivy, you have something for us?
Well, to talk about another woman who spins things around, Kimberly Bryant. She is the founder of Black Girls Code. And the reason I chose her is she's based in New York, and she focuses on teaching black girls and women and girls of color how to code, how to do electronics, how to...
Oh, that is amazing.
Exactly.
Wow.
And
So
she started
coding.
it, yes, coding. And she started it because her daughter expressed an interest in learning how to code, and she went to the coding programs around the city and said there's all these white boys, or there's just no... She's like, her daughter's the only female. On top of that, she's black. And then she remembered that when she was studying, because she's a scientist, she was studying biotechnology and other things. She realized she felt isolated. She was working in companies. She just felt like surrounded by men and surrounded by people who didn't look like her. She felt a little disconnected. And so she didn't want her daughter to experience the same thing too. So she founded this company. She's taught 3,000 girls to date all around the country, St. Louis, where else?
She teaches the
South
coding
Africa.
herself, or
She
just
initially she
enhances
did,
it,
and
like
then
promotes it.
no,
She gets them into school, right?
no.
Okay.
Not at all. She started teaching girls how to code. So, and then she has, you know, hired teachers by now, but she's taught women around the entire world. And that's what I think is amazing right now. Like, she has a goal by 2040 to teach over 1 million girls how to code.
Wow.
And the great thing about coding is that you have money, you can make money in any currency. So let's say I teach you how to code, right?
You would do it.
You can do it from your house, wherever
Online.
you are,
Of course.
and you can get paid in, yen. You can get paid in rand.
But that's what all these companies do.
Exactly.
It's like all these companies, a lot of them hire coders from like India, Taiwan, China, and that's why it's a great thing what she's doing, because she's bringing more jobs back to the U.S. and at the same time empowering young females
Yes.
in the field that's not female or black dominated.
Yeah, because most of the science world, we have this general belief that it's always a man thing, especially in the
like
software engineering, stuff like that. They always believe is a male-dominated field.
You're right. And so I think that's what she's trying to fight against, because it's not just black girls who go to there. It's like girls of color, so they have a comfortable place to learn how to do something, to learn how to build a skill they're going to utilize for their entire lives. And
From
so I
anywhere
also
in the world.
exactly.
Is it like in high school? Like what age?
So she just deals with young girls, high school, middle school, but also you have to be school age, and then at an after school program. So let's say you go to school all day and your parents are like, look, you're not staying around the house. Like, y'all need to go somewhere. So they just drop her off. They drop them off at these programs. And the thing is, I don't know, I just like the system behind this. I just like the idea behind this, and coding is the future, because honestly, it is. It's
Everything
the future.
is going tech.
So imagine she's teaching these black girls coding. She's giving them that they can do it. So it's going to help them in their career.
Most importantly, what I like about this story is that she saw a problem and she found a solution.
Yeah.
And not only did she find a solution for herself and her daughter, but she found a solution for many young women, like for a whole group of women, and that is amazing. This is someone who saw something, didn't like it, and changed it. A lot of us see things, we go through things, and we talk, blah, 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 and we don't do anything about it. Yeah. She actually took action, and now not only is it helping her daughter, but it's helping a bunch of other people. Yeah, all daughters. It's right. Like, she's paving a way, as you said, for many, many women to get jobs. And the best thing about that job is, like you said, it's the future, and you can work from anywhere in the world. Exactly. This is amazing. I didn't know her, so I'm glad you brought her up in the list.
Yeah,
this is really cool.
Well.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I like her tagline too. Imagine, build, create.
I know, it's nice.
You know, it's gonna teach all the girls in her program that, like, the moon really is the limit. Forget the sky, because if she can do it, then anyone else can do it.
And you know who else is doing it? The number 6 on our list is Kandis Burrus. So Kandis Burrus is an American songwriter, singer. I don't want to say was part of Escape, because Escape is back.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. They're on
like
tour and everything. So she's also writes songs for Destiny's Child, Bills, Bills, Bills. She wrote the hit song for TLC, I Don't Want No Scrub.
So that was like 20 years ago. What
She's still getting the money. She's still getting the
royalties for life for music.
She's
That's
still getting paid. One thing I love about Kandis is she uses every opportunity to do business. Like, she's so business oriented. I love it. She had a little internet show called Candy Coded Night, where they talk about sex and, you know, sex positions, and she used that to create her own sex toys. So ladies, some fellas out there, if you want sex toys, Kandis got you. All shapes, all sizes, and it's making money. Kandis is worth almost 35 million.
Wow.
I have to say it's impressive.
Yeah, she's doing it. She's also part of the Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, I know that.
As well. She also has a boutique store where she sells.
Kandis got everything.
She got everything. She does. Oh, she has. Yeah, she has. She's
Does she have a private jet?
She had a son and started like a whole business, a baby business.
So that's what I said.
So
she uses
like literally everything that she goes through, like as Charlie said, turns into a business. And what I like most about her is that she's very humble. Like, she doesn't, because she's on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yeah. She's been featured on a show with like Tiny and Toya and all those things. And she doesn't even brag about what she has or what she does. She's very, very underestimated, and people really don't realize how valuable she is. And she's played a part in a lot of different careers, a lot of artists. But most importantly, what Kandis shows me, as a lot of other women on this list, is that to be a boss chick, to be an entrepreneur, to be successful doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be popular or famous.
Of course.
It doesn't mean that, like, someone like Beyonce is always trending, Rihanna's always trending. You know, there's some people that they trend all the time, but they might not have as much money as Kandis or have so many different businesses going on. So that's definitely
And if you watch the show, The Real Housewife of Atlanta, her mother is very like bossy and over the top. She used that to create a stage play where she generated more money from it.
Wow.
She also,
I think I saw that
she recently just opened Old Lady Gang, which is their restaurants where you go there, you eat. It's all money. That's what I'm saying. Every opportunity, she uses that to create money, 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 money. She wrote a song for Kim Zolciak, Don't Be Tardy for the Party.
She wrote that?
She wrote that. That is still making money up to now. So so she is such a boss, and I love it. A lot of people are saying that Tucker, which is her husband, is using her for the money. She said, listen, I got it. I got the money. If I want to take care of everybody in here, I can. So leave her alone. She's a boss, and I love it. Kandis Burrus, you go, girl. She was the number 6 on our list.
And I think she's, if I'm not mistaken, she's also been through a lot of hardships. Like, her life hasn't been like an easy uphill. She's been through. You know, it's important that we say that because as the viewers watching, like, you might see these people and they're so successful, and you might think like, oh yeah, she's successful because she was an escape. No, like, she's been through. I think her husband died, or her boyfriend.
Her husband died.
Her husband died.
Before. But the thing is, the stage play that I was talking about, it wasn't successful. But she was saying that she tried. It's not going to stop her. She's going to go back, do her homework, and come back.
So I want our viewers to keep that in mind. That just because you do something and it fails doesn't mean that you're supposed to give up. You got to keep going. And another thing that I learned from Kandis too is that just like how she takes advantage of every opportunity, That's the same way how you need to be if you're trying to start a business or do something. You got to take advantage of every opportunity. The people around you, your friends, you got to see like, oh, can we do this? Can we do this? Can we do that together? Because Kandi, as you said, she wrote that song for Kim. She does do a lot of business with a lot of her friends.
People as well.
Yeah, she's done business with Tiny and Toya and stuff. Yep.
All right, so we're going to move on to the number 7 on the list. Who do we have?
Number 7 is Charea Robinson. So I chose, she's the founder of Tastemakers Africa. So I chose her because she decided to create an app that connects Black people here, or people who are travelers here, to African creators and start like African travel trips. So she started off of like Facebook posts. She would tell people like, hey, I'm going to Sierra Leone, or I'm going here, there, and people would tell her, you need to be careful. You're going to Africa. Like, and then she would get there and she would share her experience of what a great time she was having or who the people she met. And she said that when she would go, she started realizing that the people that she would visit, the taxi drivers or whoever, were just like her, because they would invite her to house parties. They would invite her to like college campus, or they would invite her to all these events and parties. And then she would go, and she said that she felt so connected, even though she's a Black American from DC. She went to Sierra Leone or Zimbabwe or whatever, and she felt so connected to the Africans there. So she's like, you know what? I think there needs to be something that is focused on the Black experience and curated for like Black people here who are interested in traveling. Of course, she takes anybody of any nationality, but that's how she started. And she focuses on, let's say I wanted to go to Nigeria, and because I go to Nigeria all the time. Whenever I go, I'm around old people. So I would go on her trip or take her app, and then she would connect me directly to someone who could give me a curated experience. So I tell this person, look, I want to go to clubs, or I want to have this event, or I want to do this, and they would connect me.
Concierge.
Yes, and so she gives you that personalized experience. And the thing is, if you have her app, it's so beautiful. She's really tried. And I don't know, I just like that.
What's the name of her app again?
Tastemakers Africa.
Tastemakers Africa.
Yeah.
Is it for like what countries are involved with this?
So she's expanding right now. I believe Nigeria, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Rwanda, but it's like a lot of countries. She's soon going to take over the continent.
I really admire people that come up with these amazing apps, because to me they are problem solvers.
They are.
And like I have this joke with my friends, like when they ask me something, I'm like, I'm sure there's an app for that. Oh, you have an acne? I'm sure there's an app for that. You know, so I really admire people like that, because they really think about, wait, there's a problem here. How do we solve it? How do we come up with a solution? And kudos to her. She's doing an amazing job.
Yes.
And just to think about it, like Black girl from DC, for her to even have the guts to step foot in Africa is just amazing, because there's so many people here that don't even realize that they're African, and that Africa's a safe place, and that it's a beautiful place to visit, and that nothing will happen to you. So that alone, for her to do that, it's like brave. And then for her to like who thinks of that? Like, to connect people with individual personalized experiences.
She said she thought about that, because when she would go, people would be like, whoa, you met that artist? You met that poet? You met so-and-so? How can I do that? How can I meet these people? How can I go to that party? And then she's like, okay, let me stop. That's a problem, and let me solve it. And so I think
that's just amazing.
Yeah, I think it's amazing, and I think that's what is happening right now. People are touching upon this Black global experience. We have to remember we're all the same.
Yes,
Black people have experienced the same things in a lot of different regions, and so to have people like her connect like this Pan-Africa experience, I think is fantastic.
Awesome.
Nice, amazing. So number 8 on our list is going to be Bethlehem Alemu. I really apologize. Maybe I hope I'm not saying it wrong. Bethlehem Alemu. And what she's most famous for is her shoe company, Soul Rebels. And it has become the fastest growing shoe company in all of Africa.
Wow, what is so special about these shoes?
She's from Ethiopia, I believe. That's where she's from.
Wow.
And I mean, of course, they're made in Africa. So not only is she making money, but she's employing people from her town where she's from. And it's not like she grew up with a silver spoon in her mouth. Actually, she grew up in one of like the worst parts of Ethiopia that you could like live. And through that, she's even launched other companies, the Republic of Leather. She's received several different awards, all kinds of honors for her job, for what she's done. But what I find most interesting is not only is she selling shoes in Africa now, I think she has shops in Australia, China, like all over America. So that's really amazing. And she's only 37. 7 years old.
That's
So
amazing.
the reason I love her is because she started Soul Rebels, and she wanted it as a way to employ she wanted to create a social impact company. So, like Keds, when you buy one Ked, you know, she said there was not an African that was doing something like that. So she wanted to, and she saw the beautiful work her people were creating, because Ethiopian handiwork or artisan work is really, truly beautiful. And as, many other Africans, but Ethiopian work is really beautiful. And so she's like, you know what, I want to figure out a way how I can promote an African brand and still give women, these people who work for me, dignity, give them high paying work, and she created the first global African footwear brand. And so, yes, and so to have that, she did a lot for her people. She did a lot for her
They look
community.
like Vans.
Yeah.
Are they all
like
flat?
loafers?
I don't know if they're all flat, but a lot of them are. I mean, according to this picture, it's just, she just creates very comfortable shoes that you can wear, and it's just made very well.
I want to see more of this. Like the guy that brought out the Angelina top, the African shirt that everybody's wearing. What is the name of it?
Oh, I know
The
you're talking
Shiki?
about
The Shiki? I want to see somebody behind it, because right now I have no idea who is behind the original dashiki. So for me, you bringing this story out and saying that she is behind these shoes, I love that idea, and we need more of that.
And what else was I gonna say about her? There was something I was gonna say. Where the company's relatively new too. She hasn't been doing this
She started
for
in
that long.
2005.
And in 2016, she sold over 125,000 pairs of shoes and created 1,200 jobs in her country where she's
Can
from.
she not sell this? Because
That's
I know
brilliant.
we were talking about people always selling their business and companies.
She might not.
Oh,
Thing is,
geez.
some people, do you think the guy who created Amazon's ever going to sell? No, he's never going to sell.
No way.
Some people,
No, but
they
remember the girl from
Carol's daughter.
Carol's daughter sold it, and you was basically saying that
Some
people sell
people-
it all the time.
But I'm saying some people make businesses to sell. Some people, they make businesses so they can have for generations, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
their kids run it, their grandkids run it. This seems like a company she is going to hold and keep. And even if she sells it, I mean, the thing is, she's probably going to put in the writing that they have to hire Ethiopians, they have to do certain things in Africa.
Yeah.
This is a made in Africa brand, and she's helping Ethiopian culture, because I think she also gives, when you buy her shoes, she also has some facts about Ethiopia.
Yeah.
All this
Wow.
stuff
It's
is
more-
to create interest in
Yes.
Africa.
Because I'm sure if somebody buys it, they're gonna just do it in China.
And,
It's gonna be cheap, and
That's
it's
the
gonna
problem.
get more money.
But you see, as Ivy's saying, even if you sell your company, you can stick. She can still sell part of it and have part of it.
Exactly.
She can still work, and as Ivy, you can put things in place to make sure that it stays that way. And it seems like she's going to do that. And then even if she did sell it, she's already started 2 other companies that are also doing well. One is a coffee company, and one is a leather company.
Okay.
And
That are
Ethiopian
both
coffee
doing
is
well.
the best in the
Yes.
world.
It is.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
So-
That's
So
where
Ethiopian, give
Starbucks.
us some coffee.
No,
Bring
that's
it.
where
Send it. Yeah, I
Starbucks
love
gets its coffee
cocoa.
from. Ethiopia.
Oh, nice.
And like I always say, there are these culture vultures that always come and they take from us and they take from us, but it doesn't matter how much they take, because we are so creative and innovative. They're gonna keep taking,
have a lot of resources.
and we're just
We have a lot
gonna
of
keep
resources.
also creating. So
Definitely.
it doesn't even matter.
All right,
about
Timani,
that.
who do we have next?
Yes, number 9 is one person that I know is definitely not going to sell for any reason. That's Angelica Nwandu, the CEO of the Shade Room.
All right, hey Shade Room.
This dude.
I know.
You're something else. Well, we all know her story, but she's really, really inspiring, especially for the fact that she didn't start from a rich home. She had a very, very troubled childhood. When she was 6, she actually lost her mom to domestic violence. Her dad actually killed her mom,
Wow.
and that affected her mentally and
So
psychologically.
her dad is in jail for killing her mom.
Well, I didn't follow up on that story. I was interested in her.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's what really happened at that time. So it really affected her growing up as a kid. She was very aggressive for a couple of years until she met a mentor who really took care of her. She went into foster care. So she was in foster care for a while. And then she got scholarship to go into school. She actually studied accounting. And after that, she tried to work for a mechanic. I was even surprised when I read the story. I was like, really, Angelica? So, but all the while, what really gave her strength during her tryout days was writing. You know, that's one thing about ladies, though. You know, ladies always have diaries. You guys like
Most
to write
of
a lot
them,
of
yeah.
stuff. So when you go through a lot of traumatic situations, you like to write it down. So that was one of her inspirations. So she started writing and writing and writing things down until when she graduated in 2012, she got a job. Then she had to leave New York. I think she went to California. She went for something like, you know, this retreats where you go for book fairs and seminars. It had to do with literature and stuff. So she was given an assignment with, she was paired with a group. They had to write a poem. So she left her job. She spent about 2 weeks or so there trying to write a poem and everything and do the presentation. When it was time for her to give the presentation, her boss called her in New York and told her, if you don't come back, don't
It's
come
gonna
back.
be over.
If you don't come back, don't come back.
One thing I like about this girl is that, like, I'm reading her story, she never gave up.
Yeah, she really didn't.
When I heard about the Shade Room was when it got pulled down the first time. Everybody on
Yeah, I
my
was gonna get to
timeline,
that.
everybody on my timeline was like, "Oh, Shade Room got pulled down. Oh, Shade Room
When
got
did it get pulled down?
Oh, the Shade Room got
And
deleted like 2, 3, 4 times.
2014, 2015.
Yes,
and then
wow.
she
And
lost 4 million followers.
And the thing about
Are you serious?
the thing about it getting deleted is that the more they get deleted and they come back, the more
Yeah.
followers
Curiosity,
because everybody is like, wait, what is the shade? What is the Shade Room?
Who deleted it? Like somebody hacked
You know,
Instagram?
when you go against Instagram and stuff, because that's
Some
why
of
when you
them.
follow them now, they
Yeah.
bleep certain things and they don't
Okay.
post certain things. Like when
Yes.
Kevin Hart thing came out, they didn't post it because like a lot of pages got deleted because of that.
Speaking of another Nigerian,
Nigeria.
Forbes 30 under 30, this other one, founder of Travel Noir.
Love that blog. I never knew she's African.
She's Nigerian.
She's Nigerian.
I never ever knew that.
Honestly, you know,
She's
most Nigerians just do the
beautiful.
most.
Yeah, you guys are geniuses.
We just do the most.
You guys are
No,
geniuses.
it's not genius. We're just ambitious. You don't have to be.
Yeah. Like MinaTV,
We're very
Yeah.
success driven.
Nigerian.
Like MinaTV, she's Nigerian. Just if
Exactly.
you don't know.
Thank you. So this
Green and
founder-
white. I want my Eba. My
She's
pepper soup.
African.
Nigerian.
I want to claim her too.
You wanna go? Right, yeah, right.
She's
Ghana's
African.
gonna claim
Yeah.
her too.
Well,
That's awesome.
her name is Zim Ugo
Chukwu.
Chukwu. Yeah,
Oh,
Zim
Ugo
Ugo
Chukwu.
Chukwu.
I go do you chuku. I'm sorry. All right, go.
That's my brother.
No, it was just,
She's a Nigerian entrepreneur. She was born in Minnesota. And the thing I liked about her is I actually, Travel Noir, she once again talks about the experience of traveling and being black. And also, the thing about this is that Blavity, which is Morgan DeBon, the first founder, the first person I mentioned, Blavity bought this Travel Noir earlier this year for an undisclosed amount.
From Zim?
Yes,
Wow.
and because Zim has like
That'd be
2 million
high.
hits a month. That's how many people see her stuff. 2 million people
Yeah.
a month
That's
of
a
unique
lot.
visitors who go see her stuff. And so Blavity bought her. And so that's what I love too. Like, imagine you're building a company and then another black company just comes on and buys you. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
amazing.
that's lit.
Right? And she's also, working with Blavity right now to still work on Travel Noir. I just love that we're talking about traveling throughout Africa, traveling while black, traveling and showcasing. Because a lot of, if you guys look at travel bloggers, a lot of them are not black. A lot of them aren't. Because, and so now people are showing like, look,
Now it's
I've done
changing
this.
now.
Exactly, it's changing. You can do it too. And that's the powerful thing about seeing other black people who are doing things. Like every woman on this list, the reason that we chose them is because they are black women who are not only doing things, but they're actually holding the door open for
Paving
people
ways.
behind
Definitely.
them. A lot of people don't do that. Like that's why we haven't mentioned some people, because they don't help other people. But everybody on this list has helped other people, and
I like
they've
your
helped
voice.
Thank you. They help black people who are trying to grow, who are trying to expand, who are trying to hit real numbers of impact. Because Blavity right now and Zim, she was getting 2 million unique visitors a month. That was by herself. Blavity's getting 7 million? So imagine, you know what I'm saying? Like they're slowly taking over
the
the
numbers.
world, and they're talking about the global black experience. And and she also struggled building on Instagram at first, and so it was just, I guess I'm just
I use
inspired by
their
bloggers.
hashtags all the time, and I never knew that.
What
Then
hashtag? Blavity?
Travel Noir.
Travel Noir.
Oh,
Yeah, because
okay.
it's a hashtag that anybody that travels, like if you just want to see what's going on outside the world, or you want to just see unique, dope photos.
Yeah.
So like anytime I travel and I have a unique photo, I'll use the hashtag, and it has millions
Wow.
It's like a hashtag with like millions of it. And it's just rather unfortunate that a lot of these women that are on our list don't get as like St. John, the one I was talking about, she's only been on like one TV interview. I think two now. I think she did the Gail Kane, and then she also did the Chelsea Handler. But that's only because she was working for a company. Like, it took for her to work for like Uber because of all the negative things going on with Uber for her to get that platform. Yeah. Like, these women should be getting these kind of platforms on the regular. I love my Beyoncés and my Rihannas. I love them. But we also need to show our young girls that, listen, you don't have to be a singer, or you don't have to be a makeup artist, you don't have to be a dancer, you don't have to be an actress, that you can be a coder. Like, how cool is that? Like, you can be a coder, you can be a travel blogger, you can just be a regular blogger, you can be successful, you can work in leather, you can work in coffee, you can really literally do anything and be successful at it. So
definitely, you could.
Glad we're showcasing them here.
As long as you're hardworking and creative. And also one thing that we found that is very unique among all these 10 women is that they're problem solvers.
Yes.
So take note of that, fam. You have to solve a problem. There's a problem. You know, you cannot say, everything has been solved. What else can I bring up? There's always a problem in this world that you can solve. Just think about it. You talked about it one episode. You talked about having a black private airline. That's a problem. So we can always fix something. So you just have to be brave. I'm proud of my black women, though. Yeah. You know, you guys will be on the list sometime.
I know.
You're a great entrepreneur, diaspora, and you also. So soon.
Beauty brand.
Claim it.
Claim it. So there you go, guys. We gave you 10 amazing female black bosses. Did we miss any of your choice? Let us know in the comments. As usual, you're watching AVS. This is MinaTV. Oh, but wait, let us know in the comments what other countdowns you would love, to hear from us. Yeah. Let us know in the comments. Please, please.
Let us know.
Thanks for watching. And if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.